So, we are talking today about Ready or Not.
Yay!
Like this movie so much, I feel like we've discussed it at other times
Mm-hmm.
vehemently,
Yes.
even with Brent. I love it. I think this premise was so cool,
Mm-hmm.
so fun.
The humor in it is so
Oh,
it's so well placed.
Adrian Brody just first of all, Adrian Brody, give us a call. Come on the show. Anytime, we'll have you.
Anytime.
But I gotta tell you that that's a man who, once again, did he call Paul Rudd and was like, "Dude, where's your
Yeah.
little
He
well?"
looks
Because
like
I need
he's straight off whatever show. What was he on?
the
OC?
OC. I was about
Yeah.
to say, yeah.
Yeah.
But if you look, all those people, like I even saw The Hills with Misha. She's looking fabulous.
Yeah.
Benjamin's looking great. He looked fantastic
Oh,
on
don't
Gotham.
get me started on Benjamin. That man.
Oh,
Oh my God. If he wants to come on the show, he has to get divorced first. But you don't understand. I was like trying to draw a photo, like I took a photo of him and I'm trying to sketch it because he's just so, I love looking at his face. That man.
yes.
Something about
So
him. Ooh. I didn't like him when we were younger on the OC. Like I didn't watch the OC, so I didn't really notice him. But then on Gotham, I was like, ooh, Lordy, where did that drink of water come from?
he was also fantastic in Southland. That is a fantastic cop drama if you never got a chance to watch it.
I heard of it, but I never watched it.
Did you also enjoy the rest of the cast?
Oh my God, Andie MacDowell, she looked amazing.
Love it. Love
Loved
it.
her. The guy
Yeah,
who plays the dad, he's always playing the rich white guy, dad of the family. He was that. Did you ever watch Revenge?
I was gonna say he is the dad from Revenge, if
Yep.
nobody knew.
I loved that show. That was such a good show.
Can we talk about the sister for just a minute,
Wait,
Emily,
the cokehead, the crackhead,
the cokehead?
she's Earp, which I
Yes,
realized. I
yeah,
love that show
that is who
too.
she is. She's also in Letterkenny. She does some stuff in that.
Oh, okay.
Um, but first of all, let's talk. My father would never hand me a weapon. That's just poor planning. Your daughter comes coked out of her mind
With the
to a
powder still
killing,
on her nose.
yes, to a killing spree. Perhaps you say, daughter, you just watch the door. I mean,
You sit this one out.
you set this one out. Now how? Now the other one, she was ready to go. She was ready to kill
The sister-in-law,
sister-in-law Charity.
crazy.
Crazy ready.
I told my mom. My mom actually watched this with me. I told her I was like, she's the one I'm worried about. Everybody else was born into it, so it's like quote unquote normal to them.
Well, and
And the brother-in-law, he wasn't okay with it. Like he was like,
you could tell right from the beginning. So when they're taking the picture, she says to Adrian Brody, she goes, I don't think she's like us. And he, without missing a beat, goes, of course not, dear. She has a soul.
Yeah.
Like, what I liked about Adrian's character, and I think they also allude to the fact that the brother-in-law, they were both told before they chose to marry this person.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Charity's motto was, listen, I die, but let's see what card I can pick.
Right. She was
Because
like,
I
I
ain't
don't.
going
This
back to
isn't
the
worth
shit I
it.
came from.
Yeah.
It seems like, Mr. Oh, we couldn't get our regular G6 flight, and we just can't fly commercial.
Yeah.
Get out of here, you fuck. How fantastic are you in bed that she chose you? What
Right?
kind of deal did you make?
Maybe she was hoping he would die.
What kind of deal did you make with Mr. Laval that you didn't get the death card? Because I gotta tell you, not to body shame, but I think you couldn't have handled it. You would have been dead in 2 seconds. They would have stopped counting.
Oh,
your ass would have still been there
still
eating
in the doorway.
would have been dead. You would not have understood.
Yeah. Maybe she thought that if he picked he would pick the card and then she would marry somebody else. Because probably I would imagine if you get married again, that doesn't have to happen.
No, apparently they say this is why the aunt never did it again. They do insinuate that
Every
anytime,
person? Oh Lord.
anytime a new person
Oh, I missed that. Oh,
enters the family, this little ritual
happens. Wow.
happens.
And I like that they set up Daniel's character in the beginning as he was like still looking out for Alex.
Right.
Like that bond of he was trying to protect Alex. So it wasn't like out of nowhere.
So many good kills, so many good
Oh.
fight scenes. This was expertly shot, beautifully shot. I mean, that house is just an amazing backdrop
Yeah.
to do stuff like this. But my other question is, and I wish they would have maybe just alluded to it, how much did they offer these goddamn
Staff?
staff? How much did staff get offered? Because I gotta tell you,
There's not enough money.
there's not enough money. Like, the second the weaponry comes out, I'm done.
Yeah. No.
And
I'm
maybe,
good.
and it seemed like those mans, and especially the main guy, had been with them for a while, because they would, whenever one of them would die, he'd be like, oh, I really liked her.
Yeah.
Like, stuff like that. I loved it when the mom goes to Emily, for the love of God, dear, try not to kill any more people.
Yeah.
It was like,
I like how they treat it like it's a normal family thing, like it's a normal family gathering, like the way they're talking to each other. And she's like, and when she kills the second one, and she's like, why does this keep happening to me? I was cracking up.
poked out of your ever-loving mind. Put the weapon
Not only that,
down.
but I'm sorry this is happening to you. I'm sorry 2 people are dead and this keeps happening to you. You're such a victim. I'm so sorry for you.
Now, the one problem I did find in the movie, it doesn't seem like you have to get married.
That was number 1. That was numero uno. I was like, so we could have just hung out, just been together. We didn't
Been
have to get
rich.
married.
And nobody dies.
Oh, that line when he's like, "You're the one who wanted to get married." Oh, I would have
Well,
lost.
you didn't tell me there was a death clause.
This was not what I had in mind, sir. This is not at all what I had in mind when I wanted to get. I would have something would have clicked.
It's not like she said, he's like, we run marathons on Thanksgiving. You guys start running a marathon on Thanksgiving too. And she said,
Let's get married.
I don't want to run a marathon on Thanksgiving. And he was like, well, you married into the family.
Yeah.
No, sir. A death clause. and it Charity, it was wonky at best with the fatty, but I don't think he would have given 2 shits. He was so unimportant to me, guys. I don't even know his name. He's over here.
He's Googling stuff.
That should have been, he's in charge of making sure she don't get out. And he's like, if somebody texts him what's going on, and his answer is, just some family shit. Then he's Googling deals with the devil, and she's getting away. She is getting away.
He's worthless on all accounts.
So worthless. No clue. No clue there. Charity absolutely 100% knew about the clause. There is
she was all in.
Indication that the aunt's husband who died knew, and there's no indication that before she had to kill the aunt's husband that the mom knew.
Yeah.
That McDowell knew. There's no indication that they were made aware before their nuptials what was at stake.
Yeah. I don't, but whether they did or not, they fell into it.
What I didn't like was when, and I always get their names, Daniel's the groom, right?
Alex is the groom. Daniel was the brother.
Alex is the groom. When Alex says to her, no, I didn't know this was a possibility at first. Like, oh, I knew about the game, but I didn't believe this. You were there, motherfucker, when your uncle, for all intents and purposes, got. Right. Just because Daniel shoved you in a closet
doesn't mean you didn't know what was happening.
You heard what happened.
Right. And you knew what was happening.
And
And
then
then,
apparently something with goat sacrifices.
oh, I imagine when you're doing that, then yeah, there's a lot of goats that need to be sacrificed. So they got to raise goats
They
on
say
the.
the
Yeah.
goats. That's what she
Yeah.
falls into.
Yeah.
At what point do you just kind of nope out entirely and say,
When you find out that's the devil, then you
"Bye,
say, "Oh, okay,
yeah,
bye."
bye."
And even
Um,
when she had clues when they were in the beginning, when they're in her bridal suite or whatever, and he's like, "I'm giving you an out right now." Like he's dead. He's not like, "Oh, my family's quirky." Like he's looking at her dead serious in her eye, and then when she's like, "Oh, I'm all the way in," he's not even happy about it. Like he kisses her and he just kind of looks at her kind of sad. I'm like, see, I would have clocked all of that.
this is when you tell the woman about the death clause.
That also.
Even Daniel, to be fair though, Daniel comes in
Yeah.
and see,
And gives her
I
an out.
don't know if they're allowed to warn her. See, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, you're allowed to warn the people, apparently, because
Because
Charity knew.
Charity knew.
Yeah, you don't, I mean, that's not part of the thing. You
Because
don't
he
have
says
to.
her, I told you and you were all for this.
Yeah.
So
So
clearly
there's
you're allowed
no.
to tell. What I don't know is whom's allowed to tell. So I don't know if the rules state that only Alec, that only
Yeah.
Alec. I don't know if the rules are. See, they didn't make the rules clear
No.
enough.
But
which
I feel like.
only flaw in this movie.
I
I
feel
don't
like
know
if.
only Alec is allowed to warn her, because here's my thing: if the other people weren't precluded from warning her, why take this risk? Why allow anybody to marry in?
Well,
What?
because.
Anybody getting married
Well,
is
that first of
my
all.
question. They
That.
didn't answer that strongly enough.
Because
For,
there are.
it wasn't like Mr. Laval said you must get married.
No.
He just
There's
said
some
whenever
selfish people in
anybody
the world.
does enter, you must play this game.
People want to get married and they're selfish, obviously, like Alex. I think anyone can tell them. It's just as it's not my place to tell
I'm
you.
very in love with my husband. If he came to me and said, listen, there's a possibility you might get got. And if they don't kill you, we all blow up. So one of us at the end of the night will be dead. I'd be like, how about we just don't say I do?
Yeah, I'm
No.
good. We'll be life partners. You're my life partner. Hi. Actually, no, I'm even good on that. I'm done. I'm just
social media call people hubby and wifey, and it means nothing.
Yeah. I'm actually good.
Sorry,
Once
King's
I
had
found
12
out
at this point, it's fine.
once I find out you're making deals with the devil, I'm good. I'm out.
See, here's my thing. I'm not out unless you want to get back into the fold. Like, if you left, walked away. Listen, it's just like Scientology. You come to me, you said, hey, I used to be in this cult, now I'm out. Okay, good. We can work with that. We ain't working if you're still in the cult.
No, that's done.
So, oh God, the poor help. I mean, that man, he went through the ringer to try to get this.
Well, he
sacrifice.
He got a bonus or something for bringing it because he was working hard.
Very hard. I mean, he had burn marks. I mean,
he got his.
The other three
strangled.
Yeah. He died, so they wouldn't have had to pay him his bonus. Here's my question. How much would you have to have been paid to keep your mouth shut?
There's no amount.
There's no amount for me.
I can't. That's too much stress. I can't even enjoy the money. Okay, then I get the money. Now I got to stress out. Now I got to worry about looking over my shoulder. No.
No, not doing it.
I ain't doing it.
No.
Yeah, that was at the beginning. I was, like you said, I was like, we didn't have to get married. Like, and then he did that. You wanted to get married. No, sir. That's not part of, that's not the marriage deal. I would have killed him there. I would have killed him then and there. Right after he said that, I would have strangled him.
Not for nothing, that game room looked mighty clean. So when he says only families ever allowed in this room, are we to assume the Dumases? Are we to assume one of them is cleaning that room? Just want to say.
Oh.
Just
No.
want to say I don't think any of those
Oh, I get what you're saying.
shit.
Yeah,
So
you're
somebody besides the family has been in that room. Somebody knows what's going down.
I don't know. Maybe the mom cleans. I have no idea. That's a good point.
The woman had a gold cigarette holder.
Yeah.
I'm assume she ain't cleaning
But
shit.
but if you have a pact with the devil and nobody's allowed in that room, then you're gonna go ahead and get on your hands and knees and scrub that blood up off the floor. I'm just saying. If they're not allowed in there, you gotta do what you gotta do, ma'am. She won't be seen cleaning the bathroom.
True. Okay, I see what you're saying. Or do they just keep burning down houses after these things happen?
It was such a nice house.
Such a nice house. That was really the most heartbreaking scene for
Yeah.
me, really. I loved getting there and go, Miss, what happened here? In-laws.
Yeah.
Because,
Oh, and then they apparently had just hired that new girl because she was like, I don't know, she was hiding and like, I don't know what's going on.
yeah.
And then as soon as she said they're trying to kill me, not you, she was like, oh, I saw it switch in her head. I was like, wow, you bitch.
Yeah, just keep your mouth shut.
We could have both gotten out of here alive. But no, you had to be a snitch.
Yeah.
Snitches
You know what
get
they say?
stitches.
I was just about to say it.
Yeah.
In some cases, just your head lobbed right off in a
Yeah.
dumpster.
Stitches get stitches or just squished in half. One of the two.
I mean, what a horrible way to die.
Oh my god. That was slow and
But
painful.
you know what? She deserved it.
She deserved it. That's what she gets. And this was all their first time doing it because the mom said she hadn't seen one since the aunt.
Right. So the aunt, the father, and the mom have all killed someone.
Mm-hmm.
Alex and Daniel. Don't know why I wanted to call him Billy. I knew that was wrong. Alex and Daniel have seen it.
Yeah.
The in-laws have not. And I don't know. I get the sense that their sister didn't see it. I don't remember her.
Yeah, she may have been too young or something.
Yeah.
And she was raising her kids to be little evil bastards.
Yeah.
That part. I was like, when she sees the little boy in the barn, and she's like, oh, Georgie. And then he just pulls out the gun and shoots her in her hand.
Yeah.
I'd have done more than just knocked him out. I'd have probably had to stomp him a couple times. Not killed him, but at least stomped him a couple times.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of the scene, the hand on the nail.
Yeah, that.
Oh, not enough tetanus shots on the planet.
At least it was. Well, no, I guess it only hurt because it was in the hole.
Ugh.
I was gonna say at least it didn't go make a new hole, but she wouldn't have hit it hard enough to do that. She would have just hurt herself.
Right. Yeah.
It hurt because of the hole in her hand. She got rocked. For a final girl, she got pretty rocked. But
still somehow looked beautiful.
She did.
Sitting there smoking that cigarette at the end.
Margot Robbie-esque.
That's not right. I mean, she was up to shit, but still looked great. I'm like,
yeah.
I loved when you see her rip off the bottom of that dress. I'm like,
yeah,
no, girl. Second of all, doing all that running in Chucks, your shin's a shot. Go get a nice ice bath because
there's no support in those whatsoever.
I mean, smart of her though to have gotten at least Chucks on. He says, "Grab your shoes." She grabs her sneakers.
Yeah. I think he grabbed them for her actually.
Oh well, it doesn't matter. He real flip flopped on her. He was trying to save her, and now we're nailing her to a board. I don't know.
Yeah, all of a sudden it's. I feel like he thinks she killed his brother. He thinks she killed Daniel. And so that and then he walks in on her killing his mom.
Yeah.
And I don't think he actually wanted any of them dead. He just didn't want to be around them. So walking in on her killing his mom was kind of like, right. And then put that on top of the fact that he's going to die if she doesn't die. It's a lot.
Yeah.
But you're right. I don't know why he was willing to die before, and now it's like maybe because it got closer to daylight, so he was more afraid.
And then he's like, "See, I'm not bad. Mr. Laval is sparing me. Blah 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 blah."
Yeah, I was like, okay. I was like, can you back up?
He's just torturing you. You just have to deal with the effects of you making the choice to marry this woman longer than everybody else.
Right. And can you back up, please? Because you're about to explode.
out of the room with her sons, and then you see them all explode
Yeah.
back in. That was fantastic.
That was awesome. The pow, pow, pow. All
And
three of them.
also, I don't know why the aunt requested that those two boys be in the room. That seemed unnecessary.
Yeah. Oh, because yeah, they needed to take this because they were the next ones, I guess. They needed to start learning uh what goes on, I guess. I don't know. I don't know how this stuff works. I don't want to know. I'm good. I don't need to know how Deals with the Devil go. They got their own thing.
How much money is worth it?
I'm telling you, there's no amount. There's no amount.
Are we just not greedy enough?
Yeah. Apparently. There is a price. Some people have prices. That ain't one of them for me. I got a lot of price. There's a lot of things that I will do for a lot of money.
Oh, we
Really?
know. We've seen the documentaries. How charming must Mr. Laval have been on that riverboat, right?
Yeah, it was like
Train ride, riverboat,
yeah.
something shady.
boat.
Listen, Kenny Rogers' song, The Gambler, has
Oh,
not
no.
taught you. Just don't be gambling, people, okay?
Nope.
You gotta know when to fold them, and
Know when to hold them.
any deal with the devil, fold immediately.
Fold it up. Fold it up. Scoot your chair in, and bounce.
Yes. I don't care. Listen, I understand that these crossroad demons, these devil guys, they can be, listen, Crowley, played by
Charming.
the incomparable Mark Shepard, very engaging gentleman. I'm not saying his beautiful face might not have encouraged me to make a crossroads deal. The problem is that you have to request these people, and I wouldn't request him to begin with.
Right.
You went looking for trouble, and you found it.
Yep.
And now your whole family's gonna get obliterated because this bitch ain't having it. This had very Your Next feels, which I loved that as well.
Oh yes, I actually watched that right after, and and I've always said they were similar, and they're actually very similar. Watching them back to back, I was like, oh wow, they have so many.
Here's the thing, when he's like, well, I didn't know you were like some backwoods survivalist. Well, how long have you spent with this woman? Because she said it pretty quickly to the other dude when they were in this situation. Like, I don't feel like
she said it. She said it. She was hiding it. She said it to the crazy sister, and she said, "I haven't even told him yet." Like it was something where like she's like,
I missed that line then.
Yeah.
But here's the other thing. This girl got bounced around from foster home to foster home. She is a street kid. Assume bitch know how to survive. I don't know why.
Why you picked?
Thought this was the person. You either need to get trophy doll Hobag that wants the money, like your brother did, or Boba Fett, useless bozo, like your sister did. You can't get somebody of worth and think this is going to.
Right. Nobody worth marrying is going to want to be in that. So.
Right.
Why? How about you just not get married? You could just
not get married.
Bounce around, be a what do they call it when they just hop from like a bachelor, like live the bachelor life and go to Vegas and Paris and travel and spend money.
He was rich and good looking.
That's what I'm saying.
Understand.
Like go be a bachelor.
Was it Ludacris? He could have had hoes in many area codes.
In all the area codes.
Oh.
Every last one.
Was that Ludacris though? Was I right?
Yes. It was.
Oh yes.
I got hoes in different. Yeah. I gotta sing it. Yes, it is.
Yeah. In all the area codes. Just all of them.
Like,
heck, there are guys in prison trying to have hoes in all the area codes.
And I'm one of them that they're trying to get with.
Jen found the song.
It's gonna be you, Alex.
Proprietary rights. Stop it now. We're gonna have to pay. We're gonna have to pay.
Oh yeah.
Did you ever? Okay, so if you watched the original, like the first time Ludacris was on Saturday Night Live, Jim Pardo goes, Ludacris.
Oh no.
Now they fixed it for the West, like they corrected it.
Yeah, because they had
Coast, so
time.
you guys would have never known about that. But yeah, East Coast people clocked it. They were like,
wow. So he knows nothing about pop culture.
no. Ludacris. I mean, the poor man's 100. They're still making him do this. I think I'm being horrible. I think maybe Mr. Jimmy Pardo. This might be an RIP situation. So I'm just gonna. Oh, I spelled his name wrong. That's why I couldn't find it. Yeah, Don Pardo. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Don. You passed away in 2004. Rest in peace.
Oh.
You didn't know who Ludacris was. You had a wonderful career otherwise.
That was his only flaw.
Only flaw. So yeah. I want that house. Can we just say I want that house?
Not with the devil in it.
I mean, the firefighters got there pretty quickly. There probably wasn't a lot of structural damage. What do you think it's going for on the open market? No, I'm kidding. But here's the thing. This is what I need to know. They have all died.
She's married to him, so
she gets it all.
She gets the money. I'd be like, whatever's in the bank, I'll take it.
Yes, no, she gets everything, so that's fine. But is she now on the hook?
Oh, I was gonna say, she's a suspect for sure.
No, not about that.
Oh,
no.
What?
Meaning, is she now on Mr. LaBalle's hook? Like, she succeeded them. She's now insanely wealthy. She's picking up the torch. Like, what? Once again, what are the rules?
I don't know. He did that little wink and bounced out after, so I feel like
so many winks.
What? I feel like she's released because she survived. So the point was to kill her. The point was to kill her to keep it going. She stayed alive, so
it's over. Okay, and she's just gonna be insanely wealthy, selling some stupid ass board.
Hopefully, she has a good. Well, my dad was saying she needs to have a good lawyer, and I was like, it's my word against nobody's. I'm saying it was self-defense.
No.
Tried to kill me.
If they got in there quick enough, and it seemed like they did, she has all that security footage.
Oh, that's true.
She turned on the security cams.
Yeah, you can see they all exploded.
Yeah.
They were coming after me.
Right. Yeah, how do I make people explode? Please explain.
Tell me how I did that, because I would like to know.
Well, it also seems, though, like the police don't mess around in these matters. You kind of just, whoever now has all the money makes a little payment and calls it a day, because they alluded to the fact that he was like, well, remember how the so-and-sos died in a house fire? And one of the family members was like, yeah. And the dad was like, no, that's not what happened.
Oh.
So it seems like the cops in the area get some hefty donations and brush some things under said rugs.
That makes sense.
Beautiful.
And I think that was part of his appeal for her, was her being an orphan, like we were saying, like someone who doesn't have family.
Right.
Someone who's not going to be missed.
It don't matter.
Yeah. They go trolling at the halfway houses of the orphanages, the foster homes where they know somebody's about to get out.
Yes.
I really do like this movie, and I like like I said, I like the humor in it. I think it was very well placed, very well done, because it kept the seriousness of the gravity of the situation, but it was still able to lighten it. And
I loved when she killed the mother and told the mother, your family ain't shit.
Yeah, yes.
When the mother's like, you don't deserve a family. And she's like, your family ain't shit.
And I like the scene where they're watching the butler in the car with her. Yeah. And they're all gathered around the phone and they're like, turn around. and he can't hear,
Yeah.
and then you see their reactions. They're like, "Oh!"
Yeah.
I thought, and then at the end, or after it's done, and she gets the butler, and the dad's like scratching his head, and they're all just like, and then he's like, "Fuck!"
Yeah.
That scene was hilarious. I love that scene.
I mean, here's the thing now. The ritual takes too long. Gives the person, I mean, they had her on that table twice, and they
Yeah.
still couldn't get it done.
Mm-hmm.
You guys kind of suck at this.
I wouldn't give them the satisfaction of screaming while they were doing it. I'd just be sitting there stone cold, like I'm gonna come back and haunt each and every one of you. All the screaming, like that gives people too much happiness in my death. I can't do it.
Well, here's my thing. I think our human instinct is to feel if we scream, somebody will want to help us. I think it's our innate feeling. Like, if you scream, you will, even though. So I just think we're so hardwired in society. Like, say somebody was coming after you at night with a knife. Your immediate internal reaction would be, so I don't know if in those moments we can shut it off and not go to our baseline instinct in ways to get for help, which would be screaming, which would be. P.S. Can we talk about the piece of shit in the Porsche that drove right by that situation?
Oh yeah.
Somebody falls out.
That's sad because she could have gotten out of it.
Ooh,
What?
stop.
Yeah.
Chivalry is dead. If they own a Porsche, the chivalry is dead. Okay, they're gonna get you caught up in their family's crazy devil plan, and then they're gonna leave you in the side of the road. Okay.
And then
Find yourself
I
a
heard
man
that
with a Ford Taurus. He'll be chivalrous.
she gouged herself on that fence. Oh, that was a rough scene.
Oh,
that was rough. She was all jacked up.
cannot resell that dress. That dress is zero resale.
It's done.
I wonder how many dresses they went through in shooting.
Yeah, right. It was kind of like it kind of got like John McClane's.
See if there's IMDb trivia for this movie.
I was looking up some of it. They said Margot Robbie was supposed to be her, which makes sense because they got someone who looked exactly like her.
Yeah.
Let's see. Her dress declined like John McClane's wife beater in Die Hard. And I like how upset she was the first time it ripped when she was getting out of the dumbwaiter.
Yeah.
She was like, "Oh man, it ripped." And it's like, "Oh, sweetie, that dress is going to go through so much more."
Has great reviews, as it should.
Oh, it says she didn't know how to drive. She had to be taught how to drive.
Oh, that's cute. 17 different versions of the dress.
Wow. That sounds about right. I think they had something like that for for Bruce Willis for Die Hard. For his wife.
Oscars. Costume designer Avery Plews. Avery, you did a fantastic job.
I always wonder because anyone can.
Oh, this is Ryan Murphy. That makes so much sense.
Yeah.
I don't know how I missed that.
Anyone can put in this trivia. So sometimes I'm wondering how much of this is true, but I think IMDb checks it before they allow it. I don't know how they check it, but
they submitted nearly 200 fictional board games names, but only 8 or so. I did like Devil's Gambit. That was funny.
They were all very like shady games. One was like the Council.
Right. I love when he was like, "I got Old Maid." What the fuck is Old Maid? Like,
yeah.
We're like, it's the one where you don't get killed, mother.
Yeah, it's the not killed one. Oh, yeah. Family Ritual, Secret Council, Sunrise, and Abracadabra, and LaBelle's Gambit. Those are all the names.
Yes.
So they all had to do with them dying with that whole thing. That's cool. Oh my god, what a lame fact. I'm sorry to whoever posted this fact. I'm glad I got 32 out of 102 interesting. They're like, the fact that Emily has a drug problem is foreshadowed in the very first time we meet her, as she's very hyper and rubbing something off her nose. During the hunt, she is seen snorting cocaine. That's not foreshadowing.
Right. They're literally, she's literally walking.
Literally on cocaine. You need to go back to
Ooh,
literary
you gave this
school.
person 33%.
Yeah, right?
God.
That's so lame. That's not foreshadowing. Go back to school. I don't even know why IMDb allowed that. I'm gonna give it one another thumbs down because that was not cool. Oh, the nail that goes through her hand is CG.
Oh, thank God.
They were worried about selling it until they watched her. She did a very good job because
Yeah, I really.
I I would have thought it was some kind of prop or something.
She's Australian.
Yeah, aren't they all?
I did like the song.
Uh-huh.
So,
Oh yeah,
like,
the hide and seek
start off.
song.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then I like when it started again as they were all dying.
Yeah, that was creepy.
Yeah.
Why are old timey songs creepy all the time? It's like even though they're supposed to be like
So-
happy, they're just.
It was a creepy time, okay?
It's a very creepy time.
They were hand cranking those songs, Jen. What would you like them to do? Apparently, they only had 5 candelabras, so they kept moving them around.
Yeah, I saw that. That's funny because that's a huge house to move 5 candelabras.
I know. I was
Can you
like,
imagine it? Like, did they just have a candelabra person? They're like, "Hey, bring
what
like
poor PA got stuck with that job.
you're gonna be the candelabra guy."
You know, what production person is just so funny to me is
What?
do you watch Nailed It?
I've seen it, but I've seen it.
Every time Nicole goes, Wes is the head producer. So poor Wes is over here producing the show, getting pulled into Nicole's hijinks. Oh,
That's
Nicole,
hilarious. I
we
love
love
her.
you. Please come.
Oh my god, if
on
Nicole
this-
Byers would come on the show. Did you ever watch Girl Code?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, I love that show. It's on Paramount Plus, and I need to go and watch it because I love it. I wanted to do my own version of it with my friends because it's so funny.
Yeah.
I love that show. That's where I know her from.
Oh, God, I love her so much. It
She's
just makes me so
adorable.
happy.
She's
Every time I see that she's going to be on either the Doughboys or, I mean, I listen to her podcast too, but whenever she's on with the Doughboys or High and Mighty, I'm like, yes, please, more Nicole in my life.
Let me just put those Google alerts on.
Gabrus every year on High and Mighty on Thanksgiving Eve has a Thanksgiving Eve power outing hour with other podcast hosts.
Who does this?
I want us to get on.
Oh my
John
God.
from High and Mighty. I could do a power hour like nobody's business.
We need to.
Or I
so
can't,
fun.
and that'll be even funnier to see. Me and Nick Weiger can just go down slowly together.
We're getting there. We're getting there.
We're getting there. I do love the Doughboys podcast. I mean, I love our podcast, but
You
we
like
could
theirs
figure
better?
out a way to get paid for eating some tasty treats while doing
I would. We could change it to like hamburgers, horror and hamburgers.
horror and hamburgers. There we go. Horror and hot dogs. There we go.
Yeah. We'll just eat while we talk about horror movies.
There we go.
Oh my God.
Good times. Anything else you found?
Oh, I guess in the original script, Grace was supposed to die, and she was supposed to get sacrificed and die, but then they changed it around. I'm glad they did because I don't think I would have liked it.
No. She can't die. That's not the ending we want or need.
Oh, and here's an answer to your question. It's heavily implied that Grace is rejected by Mr. LaBelle for 2 reasons. Because her motive for marrying Alex was indeed love and not just money, Grace's soul would be more difficult to attain. It's also mentioned that both Charity and Fitch had no issue selling their souls in exchange for the material, whereas Grace longed for family.
Gotcha.
And 2, Helen draws comparison between herself and Alex, both resisting their destiny by trying to leave the family, only for Mr. LaBelle to reject their spouses, forcing them to stay. Mr. LaBelle may have sensed that Grace's innocence and purity would lure Alex away from continuing the tradition and disown the family. So that's why she got the hide and seek card.
Gotcha.
That makes sense. See, now that's a helpful tip. That's
helpful.
Trivia.
That's things. Thank you. Things I did not. That makes a lot of sense. And to have her put that much thought into it.
Yeah.
Kudos. I wish that I had. Maybe if I had given it 10 more minutes, who knows? I could have gotten there.
And then
I had a ship delivery today, and there were Oreos in that order. So I mean, priorities, people.
And and this one confirms what you said. Towards the end of the movie, Fitch recalls a fire incident that killed a whole family, to which the Ladomas' patriarch says, "That's what the media fed you." This brief passage foreshadows the fate of the family as their house burns to the ground after they explode.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the media fed you. So
Mm-hmm.
media takes care of all that. No, I think that's it for interesting. I'm sure there's more, but there's a lot.
So what are you giving this movie?
I give it, what is it, five heels. I like it a lot.
Yeah, I'm giving it a 5 out of 5 heels. The one thing, 2 more minutes on the rules could have
Yeah.
been nice, just because. But you know what? Now that I see it, I do see what that person said about how the other two easily wanted that
Yeah.
life.
Yeah. They were being brought in as opposed to being,
To
yeah,
they
trying to
were
pull someone
afraid.
else out.
Now,
Because she would have
yes,
definitely not been down for that.
yeah. And I think that's smart. Or maybe Mr. Ladomas was just over these motherfuckers taking his money for generations and was like,
Yeah.
oh, this
Mr. Bell.
bitch, she's a
Yeah.
fighter. She'll survive. They'll get got. I
Yeah.
mean, either way.
And then we're done.
Because listen, those other two, I mean, especially the son, the husband, I mean, he was dying immediately. I just need to go.
Oh yeah, that wasn't even gonna be a
I
fight.
know, Faith. He
That wasn't gonna be a fight at all.
Like the song counted down, and he was dead. Like,
Yeah. He wouldn't even made it past the doorway.
I mean, he couldn't have hidden in the dumbwaiter.
Nope.
He couldn't.
He couldn't run when someone did find him.
No.
Oh, according to,
Hide under a bed.
yeah.
Maybe
It was so.
closet space.
And I hated how he tried to then be the hero. I'm like, you should have never brought me here in the first place. Like, don't bring me here. Now a warning, like she says in Death Becomes Her.
Yeah.
Now a warning. But no, this
Poor
movie's,
Daniel just keeps flip-flopping
yeah.
on whether he wants to help her or not.
I do like when he sees her the first time and he's like, I just came in here to get a drink.
Yeah.
And he's like exhausted and he's so over it.
Yeah.
It would have been interesting. My mom thought that she was going to end up with him. And I was like, that would have actually been interesting if she had ended up with him. She couldn't, but it would have been interesting.
Would have been interesting. I did feel for the sister when she said, one of them was like, well, if we die, we die. Like, this isn't good shit. And she goes, but my children don't. But then your child tried to shoot someone, so I was real 50-50 on that.
Right when she said it.
That poor kid was only 5 or 6, following what every other adult around him was doing. Perhaps don't bring children to the hunting. They don't got babysitters? You got billions of dollars, but no babysitters.
No, that's
this I never understood.
They were just gonna keep her at, well, they had the maid or whatever. They want them there because they're gonna have to learn. So they have to be there to learn what's going on. So as to when she was like, my kids don't deserve it, yes, they do, and it's your fault. You raise little horrible human beings, so they have to go. Because I was like, no, he shot at someone. And then he was like, oh, I was just... And then at the end...
Well, to be fair, she said it before. I believe she says it.
No, it was after.
Oh, really? Oh.
My immediate response was,
but
no,
before she knew he shot at someone.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I meant. She didn't know she was raising a little shitbag yet.
Well, she was planning on it, though. She was planning on raising them to do this. So I'm like, no, yes. Just because they're children...
I truly think she never believed in that card. I think she was so coked up, so drugged up. She didn't see, this is what I'm saying, she didn't see what Daniel and Alex saw.
Well, I don't even know if she was born at that point.
I don't know if she was born. I don't think, just like you saw, her husband was Googling hoax or not. I don't think they ever fully bought into it. I think that's why Boba Fett was like, yeah, I'll sell my soul to the devil, because he didn't believe it. I think the other one was willing to do whatever it took to get all the money. I think he was fine going along with everything. He had a beautiful wife.
Yeah.
He's going to have a good life, and he didn't believe.
But she was still ready to kill like she brought her kids in to watch someone get killed. My point is, she was evil, and she was ready to raise some evil kids.
But here's the thing: if you've never seen it, and the last two times you were involved, it was Old Maid and Go Fish, or I forget what the other one was.
Yeah.
Do you then fully believe if you've
But
never seen it, or do you just say to yourself, Dad's a crazy man. Let's appease him. Let's all go play Go Fish again.
But she didn't react that way. If you actually didn't believe it, she would have been more bothered when it did actually happen. She was on board.
She was coked out of her God-picking mind. The amount of cocaine that woman was doing for a thin woman could have taken down a small horse.
She doesn't get. Right. She just. I don't excuse her.
Well, she's just not well.
I get you. She just doesn't get a pass for me, her or her kids. I was like,
I'm not giving her a pass. I'm just saying, in just that one line, in that moment, and those poor kids don't have a choice how they're raised, Jen.
No,
they're
I know.
Not at this point old enough to know better, is all I'm saying.
Yeah, I get it.
Like, I tell TJ, no, you can't eat 20 Oreos in one day. He believes me. He's 2. So
I get it.
Him, TJ, we shoot people sometimes. That's all he knows. He's going. They were not old. The kids, I do feel bad for as a mother because they were placed with shitty parents.
Oh, I understand that, and I'm saying it sucks for them. I get it. I'm like, yeah.
Kids didn't know any better.
What?
I'm not saying they're not shitty kids. I'm just saying they weren't raised to be any better.
Right, and that sucks. Like I totally get that because that's what they know, and this just sucks that that's the hand they were dealt.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that was the hand they were dealt, so we can't fix that.
No, you can't.
So they gotta go.
Oh, I'm not saying they should live. I'm just saying they're sad.
I got you. But yeah, definitely 5 out of 5. It was one of my favorite movies of 2019.
Yeah.
I've seen it, I think, 3 times now.
Yeah.
It's one that I want to own. I would definitely own it.
Right. Now, guys, we're getting into June. So it's prom season. Get out.
Will you go to prom with me?
Ball gowns. Get out your flask of stolen hooch that you're bringing into the party.
I'm gonna wear an evening gown.
Let her graduate, guys, because we are kicking it back. We are going to do a little Carrie and a little Carrie remake, and then
I'm gonna laugh at you.
And a little prom night remake.
Yeah. With Jamie Lee Curtis, one of our favorites.
She is one of our favorites, and I have to tell you that as far as acting in a horror movie and acting in a Stephen King horror movie, the original Carrie cast is among my favorite.
John Travolta, come on.
Piper Laurie is so amazing. Sissy Spacek is a plus. Now, I have not seen the remake, so I'm very excited. And interestingly, I didn't know that the new prom night was a remake.
Yeah.
I guess I never saw the original, or I only saw bits and pieces. It's not. I feel like I've seen it, but not enough where I could just sit here. It definitely.
Yeah, I know nothing about it.
It's definitely deserving of a rewatch.
Yeah.
Don't know that the remake is deserving of a rewatch, but here we are.
You know how much fun we have with bad remakes. Go back to Black Christmas if you don't.
And I feel like if nothing else, that is a good looking cast. Prom Night 2008. Yeah, I feel like it is a very good Britney.
I think I see that one, but I don't know for sure.
Got Scott Porter. It's got Idris Elba. Oh, it's got a great cast.
Oh, I'm in. I am in. Give me some Idris.
Penny. Oh, Kellen Lutz. It's got a very good looking cast. Okay, we're gonna give it a little bit more try.
Eye Candy. I like it.
Candy. I do like Brittany Snow. I find her to be very enjoyable.
We just watched.
She's fun, so I'm kind of interested. I've only ever seen her in fun stuff like the Pitch Perfects, the Hairspray, the John Tucker Must Die. So I am kind of.
Oh, I like John Tucker Must. You didn't see Would You Rather?
I didn't, and now I
Oh,
can't. I just saw the, you know how I feel about
Oh.
my stuff. This
yeah.
is why I didn't, because I saw the cover art and I noped out. I mean, like, out of curiosity, without like spoilers, would you say the cover art is an accurate depiction of some things that would happen in Would You Rather?
It only happens once.
Oh, I think I could.
Yeah,
Okay.
you can, and you'll know it's coming, and you cannot look.
Okay. Okay. Then
Yeah,
I think
it's
I
not
would.
like a surprise thing. It's like it's a
Oh, okay.
build up, and you know it's
Oh,
coming,
okay.
and so then
See.
you just look away. Yeah,
Okay. That's better.
but it's
Yeah,
definitely worth a watch.
anybody who was not looking at the cover art of Would You Rather and is very confused, it is a picture of an eyeball with a razor blade going
Yeah.
at it. And what everybody says to me that is so funny about all the my thing about not being able to see audition to this day. Oh, okay, moving on. Yeah. But I'm the type of person that, Jen, if my contact lens was to fall out while driving, I can literally poop. I take these out and in all
Yeah.
day, no worries. I can touch my eyes 1,000 times. I can do my contacts 20 times a day if I needed to. No problem. I just don't like to see things touching other people's eyes.
Oh,
Yeah.
so like you wouldn't want to see me putting contacts in my eyes.
No, not even that. It's like things.
Well, that's normal. Yeah, nobody likes.
Yeah, but mine's like
Yours is
severe.
Yours is like phobia level. Yeah, but I'm just saying, like I don't like it either.
Because I'm like that with bugs too. Like, listen, there was a bee in my house yesterday, and just I didn't have anything to snap. My baby's sitting right there. I just went into bomb bear mode. I'm like, bee, I'm sorry, you gotta go.
Grandmother mode.
Bare fisted, hit it, grabbed it, crunched it in my bare fist, and threw it out.
Oh, I can't do that. See that? I can't kill bugs like that. Having them on my shoe or my hand, like I hate the idea of their guts on any part of me.
I mean, that's true. Yeah, but when you're worried, because I don't know if my child is allergic or not, and I'm not dying to find out from a thing. You got to do what you got to do as a mama bear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, Would You Rather is definitely worth watching.
I'm excited though to see these movies. I feel like prom themes are great, even if they're horror prom themes. They're a good way to get in the mood for summer. And then, folks, Jen and I are at a crossroads. We want to do summer movies for July. We might do sleepaway camp. We don't know what else to do. So please tweet at us.
Yes, some fun summer
Send us
movies.
some Instagram suggestions. Send us some Facebook suggestions. Heck, leave us a voicemail on Anchor. We'd love to hear your voice.
Good.
But please, if you're only interested in sending Jen dirty voicemails, please don't.
Or do.
Or do. Or do, but no.
But no, don't.
You're
Seriously.
gonna get played and you're gonna get roasted like we're at the Friars Club, my man, okay?
Yes.
So do that of your own volition.
Mm-hmm. At your own.
I know that we will roast you Friar Club style, no
Mm-hmm.
questions asked. No worries. Friar Club style, you are getting roasted. And I think that's everything for today.
Yeah. Good
We got
fun
through this
episode.
one quickly. Not a lot of tangents. We kept it tight for you guys.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, but it's a simple, straightforward movie. There's no real twist ending. It's pretty straightforward. So yeah, but it's a fun one. If you haven't seen it, check it out. It's for rent right now on Amazon. It was free on HBO Max for a while, but it's not on there anymore.
Oh, okay. Or you know,
Or rent it from your library.
Get it from your library. Okay.
Ding, ding, ding.
Thank you all. Have a wonderful week, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.